Hi, my name is Andrew Nash, and I am going to be talking about body and sport and my philosophies on how I perceive the body in sport, or how I perceive the body, and what things encourage me to perceive the body in the way that I see it. So, much of what I understood the body to be stemmed from how I perceived my body in sport. I've always perceived my body as a vessel or a tool to be used so that I can achieve some athletic goal. So I always viewed the body from more of a functionality standpoint, whereas it made more sense to me to push myself to break down my mental, how do I want to say this? To break down my mental barriers or obstacles when I would work out or when I would be training for basketball, to create this sense of mind over matter. I was always told by my coaches to have mind over matter. It's something I kind of preached to myself and adopted to get myself kind of through some of the workouts and some of the things I had to do to break down my body in order to be mentally ready, not so much, but physically ready and physically inept to carry on whatever drill or task or things that I had to put my body through in order to be the best athlete I could be. So that kind of set the framework for my understanding of what my body meant to me and how I perceived other people's bodies. I was never the one to, look at the athlete or the model on TV and say, that's what I want my body to be like. I always wanted my body to be a representation of how I could perform in a sport. So if I couldn't, for instance, for an example, if I couldn't dunk, that I would see that as something I need to achieve. So therefore, my body would not be at its top. I would say I wasn't in shape, or, I wasn't at the point that I needed to be the best version of myself in that sport. And so most of what I used to gauge my body or grade my body on the scale came from this idea of me being able to perform at the highest level athletically. And we kind of talked about that through the Body and Sport book. We talked about how mind over matter is something that is pushed in sports a lot and pushed in the perception of body. And this idea of the body being more like a machine. We used the word, or the book used the word McDonaldization, saying that, it's kind of on an assembly line how we treat our body, like a machine, like the Ford cars and stuff like that. How we would use the body only to perform. We view the body only to perform, and in the task that's in front of us, and past that, it's only our personal slave to do it what we want at our will. And that's kind of how I perceived the body, and that's kind of my interpretation of what they were trying to say through the body, the book. So the aspect of sport encouraged me to view my body as just a tool, and for most of my life, that's how I viewed the body until of recent. After reading some of the readings and going through the class and understanding what it takes to really be a human being, you can't just view the body as a tool to be bent at your will. I now see the body as something more of a home for my mind, body, and spirit. It kind of houses everything that it means to be a person for me. I think that the body I understand the body to be, yes, it's a tool to be bent at my will, but it's also something that I need to take care of, we get this notion of your body is a temple all the time, and you need to take care of your body. And that's more along the lines of my thinking today at 27. So this is a lot of what I understand this chapter to be about. This is what I understand and perceive my body to be about now. This sense of functionality, being able to perform tasks in my mind and being able to perform tasks with my body at the same time, whether it be hiking, whether it be tennis, whether it be basketball. I think that these things all play a role into what the body is, but the main picture for me is being able to understand the body as more than just a tool and just something that I can use to get through tasks, but something I can live with and something I can understand and something I can learn to love and appreciate. And that's my perspective on the body.